What's up, guys? Maritime Spook here, and we're finally, guys, some of the snow is starting to get dissipate here. I went out for a little walk, kind of checking it out, and there's a spot that I'm wanting to go here that should be, as long as we don't get another storm, other like with snow anyway, in the next little bit, should be a pretty good spot to go down and put up a shelter. I have my Lavu, and I have another tent that I plan on putting up here out in Spooklandia, but there's a spot I wanted to kind of build a shelter just to refresh myself with doing it again. And you know, just to have a spot to go down and tape and kind of do some videos with you for you guys. But one thing I was thinking about too, guys, is because I dug out this knife, and you're going to see it in the description. It is the Buck Intrepid. It's basically what I call a jump knife, and if you don't know what a jump knife is, I'll give you a little brief history. Is NATO has a protocol of different gear they have, same as this canteen right here. This canteen, not the cover so much, but I think this is NATO regulated too. But this is a NATO canteen made in the USA, and I'll show it to you. This is a very cool cover too, first, before we even get into that, guys. It's got like this furry stuff in it, and what that's for is you can actually wet that down, and it'll keep it cool in the summer, and because it holds in the water, and also it'll actually in the winter time, you can imagine having fur in there, it'll stop stuff from freezing. This is the Canadian Forces CAD-PAT one, with the Alice clips, a little pocket in the front, which I keep my antique match case, and also a little John Wayne can opener. So it has a cool little pocket, but what this is really for, this pocket, I guess, is for you know, probably whatever you want in it, but water purification would probably go in that pocket. So anyway, canteen is a NATO canteen. For water, do not apply canteen, open flame, or burner plates, which makes sense. It's plastic, so you don't burn it. But it's a water vessel for carrying water. It has this that you can clip on. Besides, if you don't want to just rock it like this without the CAD-PAT case. But anyway, this is a NATO canteen. Okay, so it's NATO Standard. So when a knife is a jump knife, it has to be NATO Standard. What that means, it has to have a durable sheath. It has to have a sheath that cannot pop out the side. So in other words, a cheap sheath that, you know, will rip on you, which makes sense. But one of the main things, it has to be jump ready if it's going to be for NATO. And what that means is it has to have 2 retention points, so the knife can't come out of the sheath if you jump out of a plane. So this Buck Intrepid is jump ready because it has the top retention of a cord lock up to the top here, and it has this snap. So it's not going to come out of the sheath. So if you jump or do anything, it ain't going to come out of there. So it's got double retention. If you're just finagling through the woods, guys, because of the guard, it isn't going to come past this, so you don't have to have that on. But I always keep it tightened on there unless I'm using a knife. Just the same. It's got some nice molly gear on the back, so you can attach it to a pack very easy. It has a sheath where you don't have to take your belt on and off, or webbing if you're in the military on and off to put it on and off. And it has all these loops through it here, so there's just a million attachment points. You could attach it on a pack this way. You could attach it horizontally, the way I have my Buck Knives, so I could have it attached this way to pull out, which I may do. So just a million little options here, guys. And this isn't a very expensive knife, but it has a lot of cool features. And one of my favorite things about it, number one, it was a gift from my sister and brother-in-law to me, because they're just awesome. They got me that Tops knife. They've got me a whole bunch of cool gear, guys, because their basic thing with Christmas is, you know, tell us what you want. I'll get it for you. That way I'm not just buying you something you don't really need or you don't really want. Tell me what you want, I'll order it for you. I just basically said I'd like a buck knife at one point. They didn't find the one that I had said I wanted, which is fine, because now I can buy it in my area even, which is crazy because you can't get that many good knives, but I can get that one. And that's the Buck Selkirk. So they ended up getting me this one, which I actually like better for a couple different reasons. So what I like about it, guys, so we'll get to the knife in a minute. But the sheath is awesome. It's got this nice pocket in the front. A couple of years ago, if you had said that, I wouldn't have been sold on it. Not so much now. I really like it. So what I have in the front of this, guys, is I have this Bastion LLC, pretty much bulletproof, bomb-proof container that you can open on both sides. And I have 10 UCO stormproof matches and a striker in there. That's you know, fire, basically surefire right there. Got a Schrade ferrocerium rod, and a lot of people knock Schrade for some reasons lately, guys, but a lot of their stuff in the last 3-4 years was actually really good, and they're good people to deal with. So last couple of years, yeah, some stuff went down the tube, I guess, but a lot of their stuff from a few years ago, there's nothing wrong with that, guys. So I have a nice machete over here we're going to do a video of sometime, my kukri. It's awesome. So nice little Schrade ferrocerium rod. This is a very cool thing from a buddy of mine from Instagram, somewhat sharp, my buddy Evan, and this is just a little sharpener he probably got from work, I think, or something like that, and it sharpens like knives or anything on this side, and on this side it sharpens fishing hooks. So that is awesome, and it just fits right in here like this, in like a pen type fashion. You can slide it down in your pocket. I slid it in the pocket of the knife sheath. And at the bottom of this, just to have a little bit of oomph on the fire, because usually I'll kind of forge my own stuff, or I usually have fat wood in my pocket all the time. I have a little fast fire from Sokoa Systems, which is just basically drop a spark in there, get a fire going. So that's one thing I really like about that, guys. There's a million other things you could put in here, guys. And even if you had medications that you needed to take, you could have your medications in there. You could have a fishing kit. Inside my Falkneven, and I switched this out. I got to get another one of these, guys. I had 2 of them. Don't know what to do with the other one. I have this little fishing kit by SOL. If I'm taking this knife fishing, which I had planned on doing, this will slide into here. Now that's, you know, if you have your own fishing kit, you're not going to need that, but that's cool to have if something ever happens. You've got that with you. I'll probably switch it out from my main Falkneven into this knife, you know, to go fishing with. But also in here, you know, just for argument's sake, fire start material, and I actually have a fly, a tied fly for fly fishing. Crammed in there. But also inside here I have some stuff. So I mean, I like having that kind of modular, you know, what you'll call sort of modular setup, where I can have a bunch of different stuff on me. None of this stuff is intrusive, guys. I can even take the canteen and ride that there. And I mean, if you're on a walk, this isn't in the way or anything like that. I could slide it behind my back. You know, it's nice to have the sort of modular stuff, and that's what I mean by this. It's cool to have this Buck Intrepid with this pocket, because I can put a bunch of stuff. But I'll show you the knife real quick. So I pull the retention off of the strap here. Got some birds serenading us, and it is a Tonto version knife with a very, very comfortable handle. It's got like a 90-degree spine. Like I said, Americanized Tonto, and this is a knife that you could actually lash to a spear. It has divots cut out right there, and instead of it putting it in the side or inside the stick like some of them I've seen, it actually goes up the side of the knife, which makes it stronger. So you take your, we'll use this broom as it'll go up the side like this. So you'll wrap it around, because it has 2 lanyard holes right there. You'll wrap it around, and then you got yourself a spear. So very, very cool survival type knife. I really like this one, guys. It's razor blade sharp out of the box, 90-degree spine. You know, it'll throw your sparks and whatnot. So just a great option. With a nice sheath to be able to put some stuff in. So I was just messing around, guys, and I just wanted to show that to you. This is an excellent knife. I really like it. You're going to see it more in a few videos, because I'm going to start carrying it. It was a gift, and my brother-in-law said, you know, get out and beat up this one. Not beat it up, but, you know, he said beat it up, actually, but get out and use it. That's why I got it for you, because you have all these nice knives that you said before that I told him jokingly that I don't like using some of my knives because they're just so awesome. You know, some of them are pretty cool. Don't want to ruin them, but I said I still use them anyway. But he took that literally, and he got me a knife. He said that's supposed to be pretty tough. The steel is 420J J2, I believe, which is pretty strong steel from Buck, because they heat treat it right, guys. That's all in the heat treat. Some steels may not be as good. Gerber, actually, their strong arm is in the same steel. You know, they did a very good job heat treating it. Buck has one of the best heat treats in the game. So they did a good job. Very tough steel, guys. So anyway, Spook signing out. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Very awesome knife by Buck. Another thing I almost forgot to mention, it came with a whole bunch of 550, actual 550 paracord. So you got cordage on there. You know, you got a way to make a fire. You've got a lot of stuff going on in a, in a knife package. So anyway, guys, stay safe. Spook signing out, and stay tuned, guys. The snow's melting. We're gonna get out and do some gold panning. I got a bunch of reviews to show you, so it's gonna be pretty cool to stay tuned. More to come on the G-Shock. Been using it as a compass, and we're gonna do some map versus compass stuff with it, and more of an outdoors video too. Not just about that. You know, I don't want to bore people with map stuff, but get out and sort of show you my idea of it. So anyway, guys, stay safe.